Hey man, what's up?
What's up, Loco? Can you hear me?
I can hear you from really far away.
Okay. I'll solve the problem.
Alright, better?
Yeah man, that's better. How are you, man?
I'm good, how about yourself?
I'm pretty good too. Did you just wake up again? I just checked my Skype like 20 minutes ago and you weren't on, so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, my wife's letting me have a guy's day/night, so I had to move all my crap over to his house. He wasn't happy about waking up at 10 to do it either.
What time is it? Is it 10 over there right now?
No, it's 11.
Alright, well that's pretty much the same, right? Like.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's cool though, that's cool. So did you manage to play any games yet today? Or it's just gonna
No,
be the
not
first
at all.
ones? Alright,
Nope,
cool.
just got up. In fact, I haven't been able to play that much this week at all, so haven't really made any improvements. I tried like 10 games one night and tried to get a little bit better at the grouping.
Uh-huh.
So, other than that, but yeah, it's going well.
Sweet man, sweet. Alright, so yeah, so I was just looking like through the notes from last week, and I'm actually showed them on the stream as well. Oh, by the way, real quick, can you guys hear them just fine on the stream? I think you can, but if like one of us is too loud, just let me know, alright? Because I can change it. So yeah, I was looking at the notes from last week. Last week we did ZVZ.
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard to say if that has gone like a lot better, or like if things have really like improved.
Yeah, they definitely have. Like when I played my two ZVZ games, I felt a lot more comfortable, like ridiculous amount. Like I understood the matchup a lot better after doing our coaching. It made a lot of difference.
All right, that's sweet, dude. Like yeah, understanding and like a little bit of confidence goes a really long way already in StarCraft. Like if you're completely confused about what's going on, you know, things get really difficult.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, people are saying the sound is good. Sweet, thank you.
Cool.
So yeah, man. You mentioned the matchup last week as well that you weren't really comfortable in, right? But
I mean, Terran just pisses me off in general. Like Widow Mines, all that crap. So yeah, that's the one that annoys me. Like Protoss, yeah. Sometimes I lose. Most of the time I win. Pretty much.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we can do either one though. Like,
all right.
I'm whatever.
Yeah. So we got another one for next week as well. I believe the 28th, which is cool. So yeah, generally speaking, you know, we just do one for each matchup. It's just the easiest that way.
Yep.
Unless like one of your matchups is absolutely awful compared to the other one, but
Yeah, no.
all right, we can have a look at your like match history and whatnot, and see what's the worst. I thought I had you added. I didn't have you added apparently. Wait, are we on the NA server? We were last week, right?
Yeah, we are on the NA server.
Cool. Could you send me a message?
Yeah. Add friend. What? I don't know if you want to give me your battle tag though.
Sure.
Okay,
I'll just write it down on Skype.
Is it just Loco?
I don't even know what it is. Hold on. Yeah, it's Loco575. My battle tag? I don't know where to see my battle tag.
Alright, I think we're good. Let me add it. Yep, gotcha.
Sweet. Loco do Protoss coaching? Dude, I don't... Oh wait, you're asking for Zerg versus Protoss. Alright, I thought you meant like Protoss coaching. Like wait, what? I actually had someone
weren't you
ask.
like masters with Protoss at one point?
Yeah, I was. We got masters in 2 days on stream. It was
Then
glorious.
again, who isn't, right?
That was fun, but that was a while ago though. I actually had a guy email me like 3 days ago, like requesting coaching for like Silver League Protoss. I was like, alright. Just know that I don't know as much about Protoss. So we might do that on stream at some point, but alright. Cool. Nofi Gen. Cool. Terran is easy, Protoss is so hard. Depends.
Beg to differ.
Yeah, like Protoss is relatively easy to understand once you have like a decent grasp of, you know, like if you really don't know anything about how Protoss works, things get really difficult. But if you have a decent understanding of like what they can do, it becomes so much easier.
Yeah, my worry is when you coach me against Protoss is that I'm gonna build corruptors and you're gonna get mad.
It's not so much that, like. It's not so much that. I think corruptors are just generally not a good unit to like use, unless it's like very specific. I watched some GSL today, and those guys use corruptors all the damn time.
Yeah, but they use it for better things than I do, I'm sure. Mine is just the Viper replacement.
Yeah, like they actually, yeah, they make basically corruptors, and even if the opponent doesn't use them, they will just corrupt everything and, you know, fuck everything up with like 10 Hydras.
Yeah.
I just feel it's really risky to have like 20 corruptors out and then like, you know, 20 Hydralisks on the ground and your army being so small.
Agreed. Lost a lot of games having too many corruptors.
Alright, so you actually, like you say, your Zerg versus Terran is worse.
It is. It feels worse, but stats-wise, it isn't.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just like way more confident whenever I play against a Protoss.
All right, all right. Yeah, we can do either. It's up to you, dude. Whichever you prefer, like CVP or ZVT.
Let's do ZVT today.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and I think I have a friend online, if that helps.
Yeah, sweet.
And he's on my level.
Of course, that's awesome. So what do you do right now in ZVT? You actually have a 57% win rate, so that's a solid. Usually, like anywhere between like 50 to 60 is good.
Whenever I macro, I tend to go like safety roaches into Mutiling Bane, but lately I've just been enjoying roach baning their face.
That's one way to play. That's one way to play. All right.
Just ever since the Widowmine buff, I've been too scared to build mutas because I played against actually this friend, and he kited me through some Widowmines, and I lost 30 mutas instantly, and I was like, done.
Yeah.
Like, all in time.
That's sort of the difficult thing with like teaching people Mutaling Bane, right? Like I could teach you like Mutaling Bane, but then microing it is really fucking difficult. Like if you want to micro Mutaling Bane really well, you're gonna have to play like 10,000 games in order for it to be, you know, decently well.
That's what I've been trying to do. Basically, I macro until I lose 2 straight, and then I all in 2 games straight, and then repeat.
All right, that's a decent way to play, though. I mean, it's better than all-inning every single game because then your ZVT is just gonna be awful.
We talked about that in ZVZ. That's why it was awful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, do you want his name?
Yeah, I actually gave you the party lead, so you could invite him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, just do the same thing as last week, where we first like have a look at just a normal game, and I'll make a couple of notes, and we can go from there.
Back to being lead.
Sweet. Sinku. He's also a diamond finisher.
Yup.
You got Terran friends, dude?
Yeah, of course I have Terran friends. I don't like them, but I have
gross,
them.
Man. Alright, that's the first thing we need to fit. Alright.
We need to delete him from the friends list and then call it a day.
Look, ban him. Alright. We got Overgrowth Ellie again. It should be fine for everyone.
Sweet.
The thing is, obviously, micro and Mutaling Bane is just so difficult, right?
Yeah, the problem is whenever I play Roachling and they identify that, Roachbane, they just mass drop me in like 4 different locations, and it causes problems for me.
Yeah. What I've been playing recently, actually, which I personally don't have too much experience with yet, because I've only done like maybe 50 games or something in total with it, which is playing Roach Hydra versus Terran.
Yeah, I've been trying that actually a few games too.
Yeah, it actually works surprisingly well right now. The thing is, like, if it's standard bio mine, it's really good. If they scout that you're going for it and they just make like siege tanks, things really quickly
You just go up to Vipers, right?
Yeah, well, you need Vipers, but generally speaking, if you are up against a bio tank player, you're gonna have a really hard time with Roach Hydra, because the tanks just deal so much damage to armored units, you know.
And if they just spread them well enough, you can't really blinding cloud them all.
Yeah, but even then though, like, you can just blinding cloud like the big clump of Marine Marauder and then just push them back and still pick off the tanks. I don't know. But it's gonna be a bit tricky to coach, because that's what I've personally been doing, obviously, and I'm not too comfortable with it yet, but we can have a look. Just try different styles and then see what works.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Alright.
I'll just try the standard macro in the first game so I can get my hands under me.
Yeah. That's alright. Maybe there's like something going wrong in early game or something.
Yeah.
We can see. Let's see if Sinku is ready.
By the way, huge problem I've been having with Terran, fair warning, Banshees.
Alright.
Like, I know that you just build queens and put up spores, but I always scout them too late because I send my overlord at about 7.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, they're already kind of popping. So it's like, eh.
Yeah, alright, yeah. General thing with Banshees is just multitasking, right? Like, because he's running around with Hellions and Banshees at the same time, and you know, not pull off your queens from the natural and then, you know, have Hellions run by and stuff. It's kind of tricky, but we can see. Does he play that sort of style, or do you not know?
He plays every sort of style. He's ghost dropped me and just destroyed my mineral line. Like, he'll do anything.
Alright.
He's very diverse. So.
A ghost drop?
Yeah, have you not watched Ruff play, man?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, he builds 4 ghosts and 1 medevac and then just continuously harasses with ghosts and doesn't let them die and snipes queens.
I don't know. I haven't seen anyone make a ghost in forever. Not versus Circuit.
Maybe I can talk to him after this game and show you the build.
Alright. Would be cool if that would be his thing. Like, there's a couple of really good Terran units that we never see. Like, when's the last time you've seen a battle cruiser, for example? Like,
last week when I played against this guy.
fine,
I told you
fine.
he does everything, man.
Alright, we're gonna figure out what Sinku does. Win rate. So your current win rate is 57%, which is sick actually. But we can
Probably
figure it.
actually because I play against this guy. He's my brother-in-law, actually.
Alright, cool. Good StarCraft family, man.
Yep, we love it. My wife does not.
She doesn't? Oh man.
I tried to have her play it, and she's like, "This game sucks." I'm like, "Okay, we're divorcing."
It's like, you probably have to give up some sort of reasoning, you know? Like, domestic violence, like, no, she just didn't like StarCraft.
So give me all the money.
Alright, let's see what we can do. So you say you usually, like, you've been doing a lot of Roachling Bane Bust, right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that this game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what you think of my macro play and see if I'm doing it right.
Alright.
Because that one's just pretty much follow build order, execute build order, game over. But until they build banshees.
Yeah, alright. Do you live in the US of A is what people are asking. Not just the USA, man. It's not enough. Alright. Alright, so do you generally go early speed? Wow.
Yeah, it's generally the plan. So.
Cool. Stealing gas gauges, man. That is,
I don't like banshees. They lock me in. They don't get their banshees.
That used to be something that's so common. Like, it would actually be very separate, like, very specific build orders versus Protoss especially, where people would, like, steal a gas geyser, which would practically force, because everyone was playing one base at the time, which would practically force the Protoss to go for a 4-gate. They just hard countered a 4-gate. It was like sick Wings of Liberty strategies right there. Well, that's cool. Okay, nice. Oh, just writing down no drones pulled off gas, but there we go. Cool.
Yeah. I have actually a really hard time with defending Reapers for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just like slows my multitasking down like crazy, and then not like starting speed and such.
That's alright. Yeah, that's probably the same reason why you're having trouble with Banshees. Probably the exact same thing. It's just they fuck up your multitasking a lot.
Yep.
Generally speaking, it's alright to lose like one Reaper per, or one drone per Reaper. So, you know, this is not, it's not like...
End of the world.
No, exactly. Actually stealing that gas geyser delays the Hellions, that's interesting.
It what? Really?
Yeah, because generally they use that bunker, or the barracks instantly to make a reactor. That's usually what people do. It's actually quite interesting.
That makes me happy.
Because usually Hellions will come around 6.5 minutes. And he is yet to actually start them. Alright, so what unit composition are you gonna go for?
Mutilating Bane, probably. Most likely. That's the general plan.
Alright.
Again, bear with me, first game of the day.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, crap. That is a lot.
When did you fly in that overload, by the way? Did you fly it in, or did it just die?
No, I had it sitting over his racks, and it died.
Alright.
But hey, that's all the racks, so that's something.
Mm-hmm. Terran music is so good, man. I wish we could have that all the time.
I know, the one redeeming quality of Terran.
Blizzard very clearly loves Terran. Alright. I like how you take the watchtowers right now. That's good.
I'm scared.
Shift R, quick.
I know, right? Don't tell me. Didn't see anything, Loko.
Well, I didn't see anything in old key section.
Oh man.
Yeah, I see a couple people asking in the chat. Shift R is his select all army hotkey instead of F2.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how much I use it.
Shift R is actually really comfortable to hit. I never realized that. Alright. So do you go for any timing attacks, or do you generally just wait until like he comes to your
I
side
usually
of the
wait
map?
until the parade comes.
Alright.
It's generally my plan. Don't know if that's the best plan, but it's my plan.
Oh, but Ling Mutabane is alright. Do you have like a late game plan, or you generally just wait? And just
I usually wait and see how the fight goes. I don't know if being reactive is so smart against this, and that was a mistake. Woo.
Alright, too bad to finish. I think you could actually just roll over him right here. As long as you wait until the 2-2 though.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need some overseers. Under there. Cool. Alright, that's 2-2 done. Nice. Oh shit. Oh my god. It's a freaking minefield, man.
That could have been bad. Could have been really bad.
I don't understand. Why did he take, I think he forgot or something. Alright, I would take the free Widow Mines if I were you, if they're still there.
That's the plan. Cannot believe I almost just killed myself.
My god, man. You can't even clean them up in time.
I know, right? What? The amount. Too much.
Alright, let's focus more on macro again. F2 is an evil button, says Jeff in the chat, yeah. Select army is great, it's select your whole army? No, select army is bad. Generally speaking. Grubby actually uses it quite a bit, I was watching his stream. He uses it all the time.
Really?
But then again, he's Protoss, you know.
I was gonna make that joke, but I figured I'd already made it.
Alright, there the fucker comes. Alright, so I really like how you're playing super safe, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Looks a lot like Snoot plays. Like Snoot will really never take like an engagement until he knows he can 100% win it. Oh, is that flying? Or is it Widow Mines? Lots of Widow Mines. That is so risky by him, holy shit.
He does it a lot.
It's probably why he's stuck in Diamond or like in Platinum League. That is extremely risky. Now he will pretty much lose the game. I mean, that is his entire army gone right there.
Oh man, my computer's lagging so hard.
Alright.
Not good.
If you kill all of these Metavacs, you pretty much win. Just need to max out and go to the other side. Alright, let's go.
Where do I attack?
Well, we don't really know very much of him right now, which is a bit annoying. But generally speaking, you would go towards his natural right now, especially on this map, because he likely has like a fourth base with. Oh, watch out! Yeah, nice. You generally will have a fourth base with all kinds of stuff right now, right?
Yeah.
And mostly planetary fortresses are bad to attack into. So on this map I like going towards the natural and the main, because that's usually where all of their production is. Alright, let's see if there's a planetary at the fourth. And if there is, it's just, yeah. No, it's actually not. That's some greed right there. Alright. That moment when you're reinforcing Zerglings seem like you micro absolutely perfectly. It's like sending little tiny groups all over the Widow Mines.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, Doom drops are not like very good generally.
Why is that? Because they rape me all the time.
Well, you just murdered it.
I guess.
Well, like, when you play against someone who plays Needling Vein, let's just GG out of this one, by the way, just to, you know, not spend the entire evening doing this, or morning. I think you could have won that, by the way. You pretty much just murdered him right there. But yeah, Doom drops, generally speaking, are, you know, once you pick up all the Metavacs like that, like, Metavacs are not meant to die. Metavacs are kind of like sentries, where you make them once and you sort of just want them to sit there all game long. And after you lose them, you're gonna have to spend all of that gas and minerals again to get them up. Metavacs actually take a really long time to build as well. So
basically it's because of the Metavacs, like losing the Metavacs.
Yeah, like the Marine Marauder mine is all very easily replaceable, but the Metavacs is really not something you want to lose. They're really expensive as well. I don't even know what a Metavac costs. I believe it's like 150 gas each or something.
I think it's 100.
Yeah, it could be. But they're quite expensive, and without them the Terran army is really, really, really weak. So Metavacs probably one of the like most underrated units to kill ever. But they're really, really good to kill. Anyways, like Doom drops, yeah, I don't know if he's watching this, but Doom drops, I wouldn't do them. Alright, so I brought in a couple of things, and mostly you play super extremely passive, like extremely passive right now versus Terran. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. Like a lot of Zerg players really like doing that. And you know, crucial with that is the creep spread, and you really did that. So you did the creep spread really well. The Queen injects were pretty solid as well. And yeah, you just played it pretty good all around. The one thing though that was really missing if you're gonna play this passive is a late game plan. Because when that push that he was doing right there, you could have had Ultralisk out and +3/+3 upgrades, and I think he would have absolutely crushed him at that point.
Crap. I just accidentally restarted my StarCraft, but yeah, I agree. The biggest problem I had was when he started attacking me, I just lost all macro. Like, I stopped Queen injecting, I didn't build my Ultra Cavern, I started Pathogen Glands, but, like, my plan was to go, Mutiling, Bane, Ultra, and Fester.
Alright. Yeah. I think it's mostly just, you know, because you have the early game really well out, like, really well done. Except for, like, one little point with a third base, but I'll get to that in a sec. But like the early game build order, you really got that figured out. You know exactly like when to take what, and you know it's not really build order focus, but it's like the timing focus, right? Like you kind of know when to get what. Yeah. Which is good. I think it's mostly just figuring out when to transition towards Hive. I think that would be a really big thing.
That and I have a hate for ultras.
Alright, why is that?
I don't know. They just derp, man. They're a derpy unit.
They are quite derpy, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I've lost so many times to like going back to inject and my friend just like derping me up a ramp and just murdering all of my ultras. Like maybe it's just bad micro and I just hate them in response to my own micro, but
that could be. I don't know. It's hard to say. One thing though that's quite nice of most of the time, like even if you make like ultras for 1 second, they instantly start switching out everything for attack lab and start non-stop marauder production, at which point like Mutaling Bane is really strong again. So even if you just show a couple of ultras, they're like, oh shit, must make only marauder from now on. And then they can't really kill like a massive muta switch anymore. So that's usually what like late game ZVT looks like, you know, where they do that little stupid game with first a couple of ultras and then more mutas and then a couple of ultras because, you know, people are switching back again, and that's usually what happens. But I think if you would have done that in this game, like with this passive play, you would have had a pretty good time. Generally what like really passive Zergs do is they will build like their dream army, and once they have that, they will go. They will just move and just not stop moving.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I watched one of your videos a while ago on your gasless opening in ZVT and how you get 3-3 and you wait for ultras and you go with Ultra Roach Baneling. Is that the dream army that I should be trying to achieve since I'm turtling anyway? Just like spread out my units for drops and just play defensively and then just get up to that and go?
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't really add roaches in there. I think roaches was just something I was testing. But Mutaling Bane into like ultras, and then later on, if you can, like Infestus is really, really good. The dream army would probably be Mutaling Bane, obviously with 3-3 and what's it called, Adrenal Glands.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 3-5
I thought Adrenal
ultras.
Glands was really bad versus Terran, though. Is that not the case?
No, it literally makes Zerglings 20% stronger.
Huh.
Like, Adrenal Glands is just a straight up DPS increase for Zerglings. Like, it increases, I believe, attack speed by 20%. So it's literally, like, a lot stronger than even a +3 attack. It's huge.
Huh. Alright.
I don't know. A lot of people, like, for the longest time, for years, people did not make Adrenal Glands. Nobody knew why. But people just didn't. But Adrenal Glands really, like, makes, especially run-bys and whatnot, absolute hell to deal with. Because if you have, like, let's say 20 Zerglings in your main base as a Terran, and they have +3 Adrenal Glands, they take ages to kill. Yeah, it is 20%? Alright, someone just confirmed in their chat, so... yeah, Adrenal Glands is probably one of the strongest upgrades you can get, like you can get, especially with 3-3 upgrades.
Huh. Alright. So when is this third base timing that I messed up?
It's not the third base timing so much. It was a little bit later than you could have. I believe it was like 7 minutes. You could have gotten it like a half minute earlier.
I usually try and get it at 6:30 exactly. That's usually my goal before Hellions get out.
Yeah, well, it was good. I think you could have droned it up a lot greedier though. You got it up and then you didn't drone it up for like a good couple of minutes, and it was just sort of standing there. And that could have been a bit greedier, but I guess it's mostly due to a lack of scouting and that sort of stuff. Which is like another point. That's kind of the same thing actually that I wrote down.
Said in the ZVZ.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
I don't know, when I'm in macro mode, I just tend to forget scouting, I think, and I don't know how to like remind myself. Maybe have a timer.
Yeah.
Ding.
So generally you scout a Terran player at 6:30. So that's just normally, you know, that's like a good timing to scout. And what you're looking for with the Overlord is to figure out whether or not there's a third command center. That's like the biggest thing.
Third command center, Banshee. Is there anything else I'm looking for? Like, does it matter whether they go 2 racks before double eBay or 2 eBay before double racks? Like, does that tell you anything?
I don't really look for that. I just mostly look if there's like a third command center or like 3 more barracks is done. Because if there's like more barracks is done, you know he's gonna go for some sort of 2-base timing attack.
Yeah.
And if there's a third base up, like if he wants to do a timing attack, that's probably just gonna be a little bit of pressure. It's not gonna be, you know, nearly as many units as if it is like a 2-base all-in. Most of the time though, you will see a third command center really early on. Like pretty much everyone's playing third CC right now.
Yeah, I've noticed. That's why the Roach Bane makes me happy.
Yeah. So I would just keep it up like you were doing right here. But then I would try or actually start trying to involve a little bit more scouting, so the 630, you know, overload scout, and just, you know, take a look at what you see, and just try and think what he could be going for. Like, if you see a third command center, you can imagine he will not have as many units as if he wouldn't have made that third command center, right? Like, it's little things like that.
Yeah. But I do have another question. As far as like the control clicking and the larva and stuff, how do you have time to do that against Terran? Because I just find myself like microing against Widow Mines and trying to keep up with injects and like doing all this. Is it literally just do it until it's second nature?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really notice that it's taking any time. It just goes automatically, I suppose. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you just make them and then you just click done.
Yeah, Control click, Shift click, done. Yeah.
I guess I just got to ingrain it.
Yeah, yeah. That's
right.
also I wrote down again, but you know, not gonna.
Yeah,
not
I knew I wasn't doing it. I was just in like panic mode. I was like, must defend.
That's alright.
Saw like 25 Widow Mines and I got scared.
But I think the main thing is that if you're gonna play this passive, which is alright, which a lot of Zerg players do, make sure you get like your +3/+3 and all your upgrades a lot faster than that. So generally speaking, you will start your like infestation pit and tech up straight to a hive, right after you start like 2/2 upgrades, and it's gonna feel extremely early.
Wow. Yeah.
But let's just, for practice sake, just try it out, alright?
Alright.
Because if you like, mutas aren't gonna be that crucial anyway. If
are
you're not
safety
gonna rest.
roaches a good thing, by the way, or is that just a waste?
I like them. I really like the way you use them right now as well. You won't see like the Korean guys won't do it, because they have like the craziest circling micro.
Yeah.
But if you feel not so comfortable in that, just make a couple of roaches. I mean, 4 roaches is enough to kill like 50 Hellions. So I quite like it.
All right. Sweet.
So let's focus mostly on like the 630 Overlord Scout, and then getting that late game army composition going. All right, because if you don't have like ultras by like 20 minutes, it's gonna get really tough.
All right. Yeah.
So this time around, let's make the infestation pit when you start 2/2, just for like practice sake, and see how that goes.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Oh, one other question while we're starting.
Sure.
Third and fourth gas timings, were they okay? Is that how you're supposed to do it? Just one and then one?
I actually saw them. I didn't write down anything about it, so I assume it was alright.
I don't know, just like as a general rule, I usually take 2 gases at 6 minutes, 1 at 8, another at 9, and then 2 more at like 10, 11, depending on how the game's going.
Yeah, that sounds alright. Just don't get them too quickly. Just make sure you can always spend all of your larvae.
Yeah.
And if you notice, like, oh shit, I cannot like spend all my larvae on drones, you probably got the gas guys for a bit too quickly. But I didn't notice anything like ridiculously off or anything, so
Okay.
I'm sure it was alright. I don't actually know when I take my gases either versus Terran.
It's just one of those feeling things.
Yeah, like I guess Zerg versus Terran is like the least build order like focused. There's a couple of specific timings, but it's not nearly as much as like Zerg versus Zerg must get Bailing Nest at this timing, and not so much like Protoss where you must get the Roach Warren because else you die to this. It's just sort of like make when it seems to be alright, and that was actually really solid. So.
Okay.
It's just a late game plan that was really missing right there. Oh, and obviously running up the third. That could have been a lot faster.
I saw like 5 racks at like when my Overlord died at like 8 minutes, and I got scared. So I built units. I don't know if that's wrong. Is that normal to have that many racks at that time?
No, it wasn't normal. I was actually kind of confused. He didn't move. He had a much bigger army than you for a good while, but yeah, Senku, if you're listening to this, make sure you move across the map, man. Like, you were sitting on a huge army for a long time. Do you think he's listening to this?
I guarantee he's listening to this.
It's like having a second monitor dedicated to the live stream. But yeah, mostly the third base thing, or the late game thing is crucial, I think. Because if you get that one down and you just absolutely murder the attack, that is alright.
Alright.
So you're not going to be able to make as many mutas, by the way. But then again, you weren't really harassing with the mutas anyway, so it's not the biggest of deals. It's just
By the way, how often should I be doing that? And, like, is that a good thing to do against Terran? Because usually what I see is the moment they see mutas anyway, they just drop, like, 10 turrets. I don't know if that's a platinum thing, but they just like drop a bunch of turrets so they don't really even have to worry about your mutas. So I just never move out with them, so I don't get caught in a bad position with them. I don't know if that's good or not.
Yeah, muta harass is good if you can like spare the APM. If you have like a lot of other things to worry about, like muta harass should be at the very bottom of like the things you need to do, right? So if you have like a fort base to make, or you have like queen injects to do, or anything of that, it really doesn't benefit you to force like 3 more turrets. Sometimes in the late game, if you like switch into a lot, I know a lot of like Zerg players make like 40 mutas or something. It's good to really start harassing with them, because you can like snipe off command centers and whatnot. But I wouldn't put too much attention on it, because if you put too much on it and your macro's gonna slip, it sucks.
Let's say I do that, like I do the 40 muta switch. How would the Terran even hold that?
Especially after ultras, they generally just don't. Because when they see ultras, they're gonna be completely marauder mode, and at that point the mutas, marauders can't really kill anything. So that's kind of like, see, that's like the funny game you usually play late game, because you make like 5 ultras, they're gonna make a lot of marauders, and marauders, just sort of get killed by mutas, and then 2 mutas they're gonna make marines again. So it's kind of silly how that works.
It's like this ping pong mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something I would be working on mostly right now. Yeah, cool.
So you only make like 5 ultras? Is that what you said? No more than that?
No, I would make more ultras. But if you notice, he's really making a lot of marauders. You might as well switch back into mutaling again.
Oh, okay. All right, I think I'm good.
Yeah, and also make sure to get adrenal glands. It's extremely strong. Oh, and one thing, overlord speed. You didn't make it.
Yeah, I never do. Is that like super key just to spread your overlords?
Well, overlords with speed or overseers with speed are just as quick as mutas, so generally it's easier to pick off the
What are mines?
Yeah, just as quick, just as fast. I don't know, one of the two. English man.
And what's the timing to get that? About 9 minutes?
I usually make the overlord speed while my lair's building.
Okay.
Which I don't know exactly what time that is, but I like having it out a bit early, like before I'm really gonna need the overseers generally.
Oh.
Just good to have.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. All right, you ready, sir?
I am ready.
Let's see if Sinku's also ready. We're like a Zergling family, man, here in the bottom left corner. It's crazy.
I know. I think he did that on purpose.
He wants to be a cool kid too.
I think he heard our hate for Terran, and he's like, I won't do that.
Wow. We got some deep chats going on, man. Does anyone have any suggestion for snacks? I'm hella hungry and I don't know what to eat. If you're really hungry, don't eat snacks. That's my advice right there.
Uh-huh. Eat a banana, man. Eat a banana.
There you go. Have some steak? Dude.
Best snack ever, I guess.
Everyone just has like steak lying around. It's like, oh shit, we still had steak. Alright. You look so focused. Abby's reading right behind me. She's like reading a Warcraft book. Actually looks like the entire story is about her. Like everything is going apparently to plan. I don't know. The focus.
By the way, is it okay to drone scout in ZVT for the 2 racks?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like drone scouting because I'm lazy. But yeah, drone scouting is fine. Just always try and think about what you really would like to see with that drone. So mostly what you're looking for.
I usually
again,
just
is
check
like
for gas, and if the barracks is there, that's all I care about. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, alright, if he's not gonna go for a gas geyser, he's not gonna go Reaper, right?
Exactly, and now I have to build Zerglings.
Yep. Put a steak in the blender? What the fuck? You guys are crazy. Oh.
What?
Someone said that in the chat, apparently. Have a steak drink in a bottle? What? I don't know. That's oftentimes what happens. Like, I only get, like, the chance to glance over at the chat every now and then. And I like
And
only
always
catch
some weird
like
conversation.
yeah, I like catch 2 sentences of the conversation. I'm like, shit, what the fuck is going on here? People are like, oh my god, you really are stupid for not like reading any more than that. It sounds like a waste of steak.
That was my thought.
Alright, cool. But in general, that like the previous game was well played.
Oh,
That looked
thanks.
a lot more solid than your CVZ looked at the start of last week. Like
Yeah,
you
my
were pretty much in
CVC,
control
man.
of the game. That was good.
I don't know, I just have like no ZVZ friends. Lots of Protoss,
Mhm.
couple Terrans. So
Yeah, that's probably
it's
most of the
definitely my
problem.
highest played matchup.
Mhm. Oh, he said imagine. All right, fine. Cool. Cool. Alright, make sure to make drones, yeah. I would also actually move that Overlord that you just have hanging in his main right now. I would move it out of the way. If you manage to find the APM somewhere. Oh man. Oh. Alright.
No!
Alright, hit the Queen Ejects. And move that Overlord, because we want to scout at 6:30.
Where, oh, yeah.
Cool. Alright. Run. Overlord. And run. Cool.
Oh no.
Cool, well done. Right, big round of drones. Let's start thinking about the third. Queen inject. Cool. Right, want to start making the Roach Warren right about now, and fly in that Overlord. See if we can find anything. Don't focus too much on the micro, it's not worth it. He's not gonna do anything. I mean, 2 Reapers is not gonna change much. Alright. Queen injects. And a big round of drones. Put the drones in the gas, by the way, at the natural. And we really need to start squeezing out a couple more drones. Now let's have a look at his base, see if there's anything special going on in there. Alright, looks like he's making a ton of units, and he's actually researching something right there.
Yeah.
You see that? And he's producing these barracks as well. So he's probably gonna go for like a stim pack attack or something like that.
Oh man.
So just for your knowledge, stim pack attacks generally hit right before like 10 minutes. So he's likely gonna push out right around that time. So roaches would really be crucial here, yeah. Okay, wanna put the drones in the gas, hit that other gas as well. Cool. Now I would make a lot of units right now because we didn't see the third command center. Oh wow. That's alright. Alright, make one big round of units. And I would start transitioning for a lair as well. But before we really like make a lot of stuff, definitely wanna make sure that he's not going for like an all-in. If you can, like run a Zergling towards his watchtower to see if he's moving out.
Huh. Never actually thought of that.
Because we should see him move. Oh no, that's F2. That's that's Shift R right there. Alright, the Zergling's back here. Because generally if you, like, if you're gonna... Oh, okay, let me rephrase that. If he's gonna move out, you would have seen it right there with that Zergling right there. So right now we're kind of blind. I would try and run a Zergling across the map right now, see if he's actually moving out. Because Stimpack will finish up in a sec. If you don't see anything right now, which might be the case, I would just make a big run of drones for your third. So drone it up as greedy as you can. Alright, so there's a couple of units moving. Maybe they're at your watchtower actually, I didn't see that. Careful. Alright, yeah, you can take that. Just make a massive amount of drones. We really need to drone that third base up as soon as possible. Alright. As many as you can. Cool. I'm gonna start 2-2. And the infestation pit. Now what you can do is actually move across the map a little bit more with your roaches. I mean, there's a lot of them anyway. Actually, no, there's not that many. Alright, yeah, let's not. Cool. So if you want, you can make the Mutas right now, or the Mutalisk, what is it called? The Spire. Mutalisk Cavern. Oh my god.
Yeah, what is the proper time to be making that?
Right around now is a good time. If you want to go more for like an harassment based style, you would make it a bit earlier, and you would save up some gas, but this is alright. So I would make more drones, we really need more drones. Like more and more and more. You can make like 8 more at least.
Really? Isn't that like over droning or no?
No, it's fine, because you can move them later towards the 4th. Cool.
Huh.
Let's start the lair or the hive up. And right now you have really good vision, right? You know that he has just now started mining the 3rd. You know he's not somewhere moving on the map. You have the watchtowers. So this is the point where you can start making non-stop units. Right now you got all the drones you're gonna need in this entire game. So if you start making non-stop units right now, and I don't know if you made the bailing speed by the way. Yeah, there we go. You should be alright. So put it in perspective. Right now it's 74 versus 46 Harvesters. So you're literally pretty much dominating him right now. You also are higher, you know, in tech. Your 2-2 is gonna be finished really early on, and you're gonna be starting 3-3 extremely early too. Alright, wanna move your units away. Oh, did we start roach speed? Alright, that's more from Banes. Yeah. Alright, that's too bad. I thought you actually started roach speed, but alright, we should still be fine. Okay. So if you can, try and actually delay the fight, delay the fight until 2-2 is done. You did that really well in the previous game. Don't know if that was on purpose, but...
Problem is my creep spread this game. I never got it going. I think. Yeah. Isn't that like huge in ZVT?
It is huge, yeah. But that's cool. It's because there's this guy like talking in your ear and shit. Alright, wanna start +3/+3 and Adrenal Glands? I would actually start Adrenal Glands first if I were you. Just be careful taking any engagements off creep. It's really not necessary, unless you can absolutely crush it, but... Just defend the 3rd.
Oh!
Yep. It's cool. Want to start Adrenal Glands in the main base. Alright, so that's the problem with this hotkey setup, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this bad teacher, you know, it's like, you know what I told you?
That's the problem, is I do know, it's just I can't help it. Like, it's like ingrained, man. Bad habits.
I know, it's alright. If you manage to max out with 3-3, you actually need to get that started. Oh, the gases aren't really there yet. Alright, that sucks. Generally, you make the 4th base just for the gas.
Yep. Eh.
Alright. There's 2 missing and a gas guy's at the 3rd, and I don't think the main is gassing either. Alright. Let's try and squeeze out 3-3 somewhere. Right here. Hive deck is extremely expensive in gas. Wanna make like 10 overlords as well, by the way, just to max out. Okay, a little bit less than that, but a couple, yeah. Wanna start +3 armor. What's your armor in your natural? Right there. Cool. Oh. There we go. Cool. So obviously there's a couple of things we could have done slightly better there, but this is still going well. Income-wise, we're pretty much even now. But you're pretty far ahead in upgrades. He's actually just now started 2-2. He's a little bit into it, like 30%. So that's still alright. And you want to start your, what's it called? The Ultra Discovery as well. Alright, I think you can crush this. Just spread out your army a little bit, like in a little... Oh well, should still be able to crush that actually. Let's just go back. Yeah. Oh, is my game crashing? No, we're good. Alright. Alright, did we start the Ultra Discovery? Or did...
Nope, I forgot.
That's cool.
There we go.
Alright, what you can do is go for a huge timing when 3-3 is done. Now 3-3 is gonna finish in a little bit. Usually you move with Ultras right there, but you can still move with a couple of, you know, with a maxed out Ling, Baneling, Muta, Roach army. Just make sure you bring more than one overseer, like bring like 5 more.
Is having like a bunch really important?
Yeah. Because if you lose them, you will pretty much always lose the fight. Because your units will never... Like, there's no attack priority to cloaked units, right? Even if you see them for a second, there's no attack priority by your units at all, so... you really need to be able to see the Widowmites. Alright, so Ultras are about to be able to start being made. I would start the chitinous plating instantly. And just start making a couple of Ultras until we're maxed. Alright. So this could have been a couple of minutes earlier, but right now we're before the 20-minute mark. So that's what we really wanted. Now if you micro the next fight like decently well, where we don't lose all of the Zerglings to, you know, to the units, that should be a pretty easy cleanup. He's not gonna even have remotely 3-3 done yet, so it should be cool. Alright. Oh, yep, cool.
Nope. Oh!
Alright. Let's go. Let's make a lot of Zerglings as reinforcements and then just go. Should be good, but it's hard to say. Oh. Alright. Good. Alright, just attack move, Underestimating Ultras.
I know, right?
Alright. More and more units, just reinforce with more Ultra Ling. Cool. And try and max out again. So that was great. Don't attack into a common or planetary though, yeah. Okay, Queen ejects. I would go towards his natural, by the way. Towards his natural and his main base is really where he's really vulnerable. So I wouldn't even bother with that planetary. Just ignore it altogether.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure everything is grouped up together. The Ultras are gonna just about spawn. Usually, like the Zerglings that you... Actually, what you're doing right here, you know, morphing the Banelings instantly. Generally, your Banelings will morph as soon as the Ultras will spawn. I don't know if that like tells you anything, but that's like... always a nice little timing I generally like to keep. It's like, alright, the Ultras will spawn right when the Banelings that I just made will finish. Alright, let's go. Let's go towards his natural. Oh, well done.
Oh crap.
Just run a Zergling, it's easier. Alright, that works as well. There's another one. Let's just run though. Cool. You can just take that. Just go up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, no, don't stop moving. Alright. Okay, let's morph these or move those drones from the natural. Cool. Just attack move with all of your units, yeah. So these Zerglings are extremely strong right now. They have 3-3 and they, you know, will be able to wreck pretty much anything they see. Like right now they are extremely strong. Just make sure you attack move with them. It's not worth it. Once you get on top of a Terran production, they will not be able to stop like Zerglings anymore. If you manage to get in the main base while he's still producing, which you're almost about to do right there, he can't really stop you. So I would just run these Zerglings into the main base and make sure you get on top of those barracks. And you should be able to, yeah, kill anything that spawns.
Oh,
just attack me.
geez.
Just attack me. Yeah. So basically the idea is that you kill anything that spawns instantly before it can like group up. Oh, oh. Alright. Queen injects.
Our forces are under attack.
And there's a lot of units actually being given away to that planetary, but
Really?
I think you lost a lot to it. Let's double check. It actually has 14 kills, but whatever. Cool. Well played, dude. Well played. Was it stressful?
Yeah, it's always stressful to play against Terran.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where I go wrong in the late game. Actually, I tend to attack into planetaries. Is that really bad?
Yeah, unless you're gonna take it out, it's never worth to attack into a planetary.
Is suiciding Banelings to insta-kill a planetary worth it?
Never.
Never ever. Yeah.
Unless you wanna like get the mental victory, then it's like a crucial part. But
You're about to lose. You're like, bam! I got it. Okay, GG.
and they dance like the Zerglings around it, but other than that, like, it's never worth like running Banelings in. But I think that was very, very well played. Like especially compared to game number 1. And there were obviously a couple of things you could have done better, like the creep spread and everything. You said that yourself already.
Yeah.
But like macro-wise and everything, that was solid, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have any questions about that at all? Or?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like a 16 drones on each base kind of guy, and so when you had me go up to 27, it made me twitch a little bit. Is that normal?
I did it because you already had the 4th base going up, right? So you just sort of already had them at the 3rd ready to transfer them towards the 4th.
See, I never do that. Is that like really important to do?
Well, you could see right there, actually, if you go for a quick hive, you're gonna need
Yeah.
to get +3/+3. You're gonna have to get adrenal glands, ultralisk cavern, and usually also like +2, what is it called, flyer attack. And that's just so much gas. So usually you make the gas at the 4th base. You make those while it's still building, and then you like put the gas or the drones in the gas right away. You make sure you always have enough drones at your 3rd. It's something that a lot of Zerg players do though, so it's just nice because you know for a fact, okay, now I'm done droning, I don't need any more. And you will have instant drones at your 4th base to get the gases going. Because if you do it like at a good timing, you're gonna be able to afford all the upgrades that I just said.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've never done that before. That was definitely new.
Alright. Yeah, so like macro-wise and build order-wise, that was solid. Not much to complain right there. Like, you completely murdered him right there. Yeah, micro-wise though, like I'm gonna sound like a broken record again, and be about the army control groups and everything.
Yeah.
That was kind of all over the place, right? But
No, that was horrible. That's why I lose to drop play a lot. It's because Shift R doesn't go very well when you're getting attacked in 3 positions.
yeah.
So.
So honestly, like, yeah, that's just the same thing as last week. Just try and split up your army as much as possible. It's really, really, really important. But I understand, like, it's really difficult at first.
Yeah, I just got into some really bad habits when I
Yeah.
started.
That's why, like, I don't know, like, it's nice that they added that feature into the game, but it didn't used to be there. They only added it, like, 2 years ago or something. It wasn't actually there for a long time. Some of, like, the people that started, you know, a long time ago don't ever had that issue.
Yeah, they had to use the hotkeys.
Yeah. It just makes it so much easier, because let's say you have your mutas and, like, a couple of overseers on hotkey number 1, and then you have, like, your ground army on another hotkey and a couple of overseers as well. You will be able to just 1A main base, and then 2A fort base, and you would have never had any trouble with any of the drops, right?
Yeah, my biggest issue, though, is, like, you scare me, man. Like, you told me to run up a ramp. What if there was, like, 12 Widow Mines? I'm just dead.
I saw the same vision that you had right there.
Yeah. So you would have done that. You would have just, like, A-clicked your army up the ramp and...
No, I just wanted to make, like, the point of, like, how strong +3/+3 is.
Oh, okay.
Because generally you don't really want to attack move up a ramp like that, but I was like, you were like, really? Really? I was like, yeah, 3/3 is really good, go. But you saw
like,
that. You completely crushed it right there. Like, you literally, like, murdered him right there.
Yeah, that was a little surprised, because, I don't know, like, Widow Mines just scare me, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they go heavy Widow Mines, like, some couple good detonations and I just die.
Right,
So.
yeah. You said you did have the problem, right, where you make Overlords at 200 supply?
Yeah.
What you can do, what I oftentimes do as well, is just bring a couple Overlords and just control-click the Overlords and just fly them over his army. They actually soak up really well.
I forgot Overlord speed, too.
Yeah, but that's alright, but, you know.
This game's hard, man.
The game's difficult, man. There's so many little tiny aspects. Like, if you watch this, like, Korean guys play, they pretty much have everything perfectly nailed down. Like, every single part of it. It's, like, all lined up. It's like a machine. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, it's insane, and they make it look like it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But if you do that third base like you did, or you scout like you did in this game with the Overlord, and you actually notice, alright, there's something wonky going on, that's good.
Yeah.
If you then drone up the third base as really as you did, that's good. And then mostly, I think that's like the biggest thing that was missing, is that if you're gonna play passive like that, make sure you start the late game. Well, let's.
Yeah.
I was gonna say let's make sure you start the late game early, but that doesn't make sense. Just make sure you have like a plan for late game, really.
Yeah, you can get there as fast as possible while you're turtling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then if you really get a lot of gas up, which sometimes happens after like the bases start mining out, it really is worth adding a couple of infestors. Yeah.
See, these things I know, executing, that's hard.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I also don't focus on getting these infestors out too early, because they suck at like micro, right? Like, it's good, but it's hard to micro.
Yep.
I thought you were throwing up for a second. I was like, what? Like, it's all I hear. So apparently it's just drinking. Alright. What else? I wanted to say one more thing. I forgot. Oh yeah, like definitely army hotkeys though. Like the army hotkeys are like once you get it down, it's going to be Diamond League easy mode. I'm pretty sure of it. Like you have all the macro that you need. It's just that you can't really micro any units when they're on, you know, Shift R,
One
like on
key.
the select all hotkey. Yeah, it's just not good. And your army's also not really reinforcing. Like all the time, there's like little groups of units just chilling at your natural, and they're just standing there like, all right, like it's not necessary. So I definitely think you could be doing that. The hotkey part is really, really important. And one more thing is that, like, if you see multi-drops, let's say you see a dropship going towards your main base or something,
Yeah.
just always assume that he's gonna do his second drop somewhere else. I actually had someone tell me that. Who was that? I think it was Kane or something. He helped me out at some point with Zerg versus Terran, and he said, like, whenever you see one dropship go one way, just instantly split up your army and send the other half of your army to, like, the other droppable location. And that
So
really
that's-
helped me out a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely start doing that, because I'm sick of losing to drop play. Is there any advice you have for Banshees, like when you scout them at 630? What should be your instant response? 2 spores per base, make more queens?
Usually I make, like, more queens and, like, a spore per base, yeah.
1 spore?
Yeah.
Just because queens can defend it at that point?
Yeah, and one important part is also having a couple of roaches just standing at your natural. I generally tend to not hotkey them, which is
Just so the
tricky.
Hellions can't run by?
Yeah, I always, like, I ended up in a position where I always had, like, really good defense against the Banshees, and then like 4 Hellions would ruin everything.
I've had that happen.
Yeah, it's like, alright, I defended everything, let's have a look at the 3rd and natural, and everything just is dead right there. So that's like the easiest thing to do, is just make sure you have a couple of roaches just chilling there right now. At the 3rd. And then obviously the 630 scout, just knowing that it's coming makes it a lot easier.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of any other questions I have. How do you get aggressive in the early game without it being an all-in? Because like I can Baneling bust with the best of them, but that's not just early aggression. So.
What all these Korean guys do, what I personally don't really do too much, to be honest, is they make a really big... Okay, basically what they do is they, before they drone up the 3rd base, usually it's still in production for about a good half minute, right?
Yeah.
In that half minute, they will make non-stop Zerglings most of the time. Sometimes they make a couple of roaches, but it will be mainly Zerglings. And with the Zerglings, they like set up little run-bys. So for example, you will put one group of Zerglings just standing where he put his 4th base. And then as soon as you see he's moving across the map, you know that there's depot down and you can actually start running by. That's one of the few ways you can really do some aggression. That's really, really nice to actually try out if you want to.
Yeah.
Because literally...
And so the timing for that is before you drone up your 3rd?
Yes.
Yeah, like before it finishes, you just go Zerglings and then you drone.
Yeah. Usually that's right between
Hellions
like...
if you do that?
What? Sorry?
How do you defend Hellions if you do that? Can't they just like run by your queens?
No, usually like that's like a bit of the tricky part, because those guys like they have really, really good Zergling micro and they can kill Hellions with Zerglings, right? But if you want to give it a try, I would make like 4 roaches or something to deal with any kind of Hellion, and then make like a big group of Zerglings, like 16 or so, or like 20. And just put those somewhere that they're gonna be able to run by. Because if you know, with that Overlord Scout, and you see, alright, he's likely gonna move out, because there's no 3rd command center. Wait, do you still follow what I'm saying there?
Oh yeah, I'm following.
Alright, like if you know that, it's really nice to have like a small group of Zerglings just sitting there. Because if you have 10 Zerglings in his mineral line, he's gonna either be forced back all the way, or he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be in a position where he's gonna lose everything. Yeah. And that's a couple of the ways that I've won many times, but it's kind of difficult because I always assume, all right, if the Terran player is gonna play perfect, it's not gonna happen. But you know, they also mess up.
Okay.
But that's something you can try.
Yeah, that sounds fun actually.
Yeah, it's very good.
Anything I can do to piss off Terrans, I'm in.
Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. Do you have any more questions, dude?
No, I pretty much have that down. How many queens do you usually build for creep spread in ZVT? That's pretty much the last question I have.
I usually make 4 early on, and then like spread with 1 throughout the entire game, and the other one like works towards the 3rd later. So you have basically 2 queens dedicated early game to creep spreading, so you get like 6 tumors with those, and then like later on, you only have 1 dedicated. You don't need any more than like 8 tumors generally.
Okay. And what happens when they start clearing the creep? I lied about the one question. How do you like re-creep spread? Do you just like take a queen that's high on energy and then remake the queen at the base?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You really want to try and remake creep. That's one of the hardest things to do though. Like that's one of the most difficult things. You're like, okay, fuck it, I lost all the creep. GG. Like I'm just gonna attack move off creep. Like that's super difficult. But yeah, that is indeed the way to do it. Like knowing it is one thing, right? Like doing it is very difficult.
Yep, that's been my problem. Period. I watch tons of StarCraft, know all the stuff, can't execute it properly.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, that's just a matter of practice though. There's like no magic rule with it.
Yeah, and as far I lied about the last question again.
That's cool, dude. No worries.
All right, so hotkeys. Like when I actually like get this down and I'm like grouping things up, how many hotkeys do you have? Banelings in one, Zerglings in another, and Overseers and Mutas in another. So you have 3 hotkeys, or do you just have Zergling Bane in one and then Muta Overseers in the other?
I have 3 hotkeys most of the time versus Terran with Muta Ling Bane. And at first, it's gonna fuck your mind up really quickly, alright? Because you're gonna be so confused, because you're like, alright, wait, what hotkey was what? And you're gonna just be very confused about it. But most of the time, you have Mutas, Overseers in hotkey number 1.
Okay.
Then you have Ling, Baneling, Overseer, and hotkey number 2. And then you actually have Baneling separately in hotkey number 3 as well. And that's kind of strange, but a lot of people do it like that. Basically what they
that
do...
actually makes sense.
Yeah, they're like 1A, 2A, so they attack move with both of those. And then the third one is just move commanding. So after, you know, hitting 2A with your Lings and Banes...
Was I doing that
separately move them.
properly, by the way? Like, grabbing the Banelings and running them, like, instead of just A-clicking them, like, running them past the...
Yeah, that was... Oh, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that was good. You just run them into... you just right-click them on the Marines, I think it was, right?
No, I just keep moving till I'm by the Marines, and then I A-click.
Alright, yeah. No, that's good, that's good.
Okay.
I think it's just easier to just have a hotkey for it, you know? Just hit 3 and just right-click next to them.
Okay.
But that's just...
So basically,
just
I
once
need to
again a
work on my
control thing.
multitasking, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but like the actual like muscle memory for it first is gonna be like the most annoying bit, because once you actually very easily add the units to the control groups and you just know, okay, hotkey number 2 is gonna be this army, hotkey number 1 is that army, it becomes really easy to defend drops. It's just like making that muscle memory happen. It's gonna take like 100 games, which is just gonna take some time. You know, there's no.
And I'm okay with that. I like playing StarCraft.
Alright, that's a good thing then. Yeah, the easiest thing to do is maybe just play like a game versus AI or something.
Just keep practicing it.
Yeah, because I know it sucks when you play versus friends, you want to like try and win, right? You're like, oh fuck this. But, like,
That's my biggest issue is like you told me to work on it, and then I played ranked, and I just didn't want to lose, and so I was like, after like 2 times doing it, I was like, oh, I need to start making stuff, injects, oh god, and then I just like abandoned plan.
Yeah, that's what unranked is nice, and if you play versus custom games or like people on Skype or something and you actually both really want to improve, that's like the easiest way to do it. Because then like winning the game is not the important thing anymore, right? Like to just make sure you do your macro properly is going to be way more important than actually getting like the 10 ladder points.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, cool. Do you have any more last questions?
Nope. I think I got them all covered.
Okay, well, cool. So
oh,
yeah.
how do I... Oh, I lied again. Alright, so how do I defend Doom drops? Like, do I just see him and then kill him with mutas, or what? Because I lose to that a lot more than you'd think.
What you did in game number 1 was great. Like, you killed everything right there. That's basically where you won the game. I mean, we GG'd out later, but you basically won the game right there.
Yeah.
If you have mutas out, it's really easy to defend them, generally. It's just like scouting them quickly enough. I guess that's the main thing.
That was my biggest issue, is I'd usually be like busy somewhere else, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing something dropped into my main, and...
If you want to do it perfect, what you would do is do 2A into the main base, and then use your first hotkey number, or first hotkey creep, where you mutas in and you actually shift queue those between all the medeffects. That's like the perfect way of dealing with it.
Okay.
Because
so that they can't just pick up and be annoying.
Yeah. If you want to, like, if you ever feel like playing any Terran, just try and play Marine, Marauder, Mine, Medevac, whatever it is. But then without the Medevacs, it's pretty much impossible. Like, Medevacs are...
The key unit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the other units are really easily replaced, but the Medevacs are really important to not lose for a Terran. So, if they lose like 6 Medevacs, it's already a big deal. But if they do a Doom drop and they lose like 12, it's pretty much game over.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that was the last question, Loco.
Alright.
Good.
If you have any more last questions, just let me know on Skype, alright? I'll try my best to answer them.
Will do.
I actually have this notepad thing that I can send to you if you want, or I can just
Please
send it next
do.
week. Alright.
Yeah, I got an email from you last time, and I've been referring to it, so...
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll just send them on, I'll just drag and drop them on Skype. Cool.
Alright, thanks, man.
Okay, man. Let me know how it goes, alright?
Oh, I will. Thanks, dude.
sweet.
See you next week.
See you next week, man. Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.